We'll call the meeting to order. Please stand if you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Here.
Mr. Yoho?
Here.
Mr. Anthony here. Mrs. Zabin, unable to be here today. Motion to dispense with the reading of the February 2020 minutes and to accept them as presented in the record of proceedings. A copy of the minutes in approved and final form can be requested from the fiscal office.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Yoho. Second. Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony, yes. Fiscal officer presented the current balances of funds for the month ending February 29, 2020. Need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony, yes. Communications. Annual fiscal report for the year ending December 31st, 2019 has been completed and filed with the auditor of the state and is available for review by appointment at the fiscal office. The other communication, seasonal arrangements at Pineville Cemetery to be removed by April 15th, 2020. Spring cleanup for senior citizen pickup will be May 11th, 12th, and 13th. Please call the road department at 330-898-6188 to register by May 4th. Regular drop-off will be May 14th and 15th from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. at the administration building / road department. Annual tire drop will be held May 15th, 2019, or not, it should be 2020. Correction there. From 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the administration building. You guys have anything else in communications?
Just with the COVID-19, everybody to be safe and try to stay home as much as possible. Social distancing, it's a real thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a trying time right now for all around the world in the United States and down here in Warren Township. I know our fire department and our police department and our schools and everybody are trying to do whatever's possible to keep our citizens safe. And hopefully this will definitely end soon, but we're trying to take every precaution we can for our employees too. Nothing.
Just that and it was on Facebook that the buildings are going to be locked. You can call the different numbers for the fire and the police. Take every precaution we can for our employees and our residents.
Okay, if there's nothing further, we're going to departmental head reports. Police Chief Benny Harrell. She's probably staying over here. Okay, she's probably staying over here.
That's fine. This report is for the month of February. Police Department handled 445 calls for service. Out of the 445 calls for service, we had 39 various reports. 1 death investigation, 1 assault, 1 inducing panic, 1 criminal damage, 10 domestic violence disputes, 2 criminal trespasses, 6 aggravated menacing, 2 petty thefts, 1 drug abuse. Luckily, no overdoses. 12 traffic crashes, 12 citations, 5 arrests, and 5 tow vehicles. Thank you.
Thank you.
And your guys, Benny, are pretty well equipped now with everything as far as whatever they can possibly do for the residents.
At the moment, yeah, at the moment, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. We go to our Township Fire Chief Randy Daniels.
This month,
This report is for the month of February of 2020. We had a little bit of a slower month call volume wise with a total of 74 calls. The breakdown there is EMS calls, we had 64. We had one reported fire. That was mutual aid to Champion Township. Wires and trees down with 1, 5 motor vehicle crashes, and 3 miscellaneous service calls. Our training hours were logged in at 61 hours for the month, which includes the part-time requirement that we have where they have to do the online training every month. Within the township, we did not have any dollar loss reported to the state fire marshal's office. Basically, in the notes section, it's just for you guys to read that we have implemented our safety precautions to secure the safety of our personnel during this virus outbreak. All the squads have been moved to Station 47 now. During this, we have one squad that was completely inventoried, completely disinfected, top to bottom, and it is parked in the bay and locked. And that is our designated clean squad. It's not to be opened, not to be touched in the event that we lose one of our other squads by contamination or what have you. Just an update for the county. The county fire chiefs, they do have a plan in place if this escalates and gets worse. In conjunction with the EMA office, the Emergency Operations Center is open and activated. We're getting daily conversations and meetings from the state of Ohio, the governor's office, our state representatives, and just trying to keep ahead of it. Hopefully it never gets to that point, but if it does, we do have a plan in place. Chief Harrow and his staff, along with us, has been working together to try and make sure we have everything that we have for our people. Thanks to you guys, you gave us both, last minute purchase orders to go out and purchase the stuff we needed. Trumbull County has experienced its first quarantines. I just found out today a second department has had 5 quarantined now as well. So we now have 3 departments, Lane, Life Trans, and Weathersfield Township have firefighters that are quarantined from this. Obviously, the Facebook page, the website that Greg has been working on is up and running. It's a work in progress. We're going to keep updating, adding things to it, but people can log on to it and see what there is. Next month, Greg Reitzman and I, we discussed that we're going to do an advertisement campaign to all of our businesses to promote the Knox box system, which is a box on the businesses that's a secured box that has keys in it for the building that only we have keys to. We had an incident today up on Parkman Road for a fire alarm drop. We were there for a long period of time waiting for somebody with a key to get there. We have that key. We can unlock the door and go straight in. That box is about $350 to $400. It's the expense on the business owner. It's not to the township, but it will allow us, the police department, access to these buildings if need to after hours instead of spending endless amounts of time waiting on somebody to get there. The business that we were at today told us to get on the information. They'll be buying it and putting it up. They said they just replaced the glass in one of the glass doors and it's roughly $1,000. If we need to, we'll get in the building, but it's going to be an expense.
So that's up to the
It's
local
up
business.
It's up to the homeowners or business owners. We can promote it and we will, as it's a cost savings if we have to get into the building. Some of the elderly personnel, residents around, they make a cheaper version that just holds a single key that we can get into the house that way. And only the fire department and the police department would have the keys for those. They're not anywhere else. They're assigned out of state by the company, and only we have the key for it. So
Are they responsible for putting it in there or to put the box there or?
Yes, we have to order it because it has to go through our account so it matches our keys. They will ship it to us and then we will deliver it to the business. And at that time, we'll go over with them where the best place to put it is. And then once it's installed, we'll notify our dispatch center. They'll note it on the CAD system, so we'll know that it is a Knox Box location and we have access to it if needed. So,
So those keys would just be carried in every truck or?
the 3 first out engines plus myself would have one. And then the police department would have 1 or 2, a couple of them. How the police chief sets that up with his personnel, I don't know. But they have in our trucks right now, our keys are secured in a system, a locking system, so it can't be removed unless it's activated to release. So just anybody can't walk up and pull the key out and go to any business. It's secured, that it can't be removed.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Great, thank you.
All right, road superintendent, James Williamson is not going to be able to make it tonight. He did submit a report, which I will read very quickly. Cold patched 224, 25, 311, 312, 313, 318, and 324. Open ditched, 80 foot and flushed, 4724 Eagle Creek Road. Burned Baker Street next to the Laws Club. Worked between 4724 and 4672 Eagle Creek fixing block pipes. Worked at 4672 Eagle Creek again on 3-4. Plus 290 feet across from 736 Bents Road, 240 and 3620 Rio Vista. Ditch work at 4724 Eagle Creek on 3-9. Open ditched and flushed 100 foot at 6515 Riverside Avenue on 318. Flushed 100 and replaced 24 by 8 clay tile with 8 double wall 60 at 6515 Riverside Avenue and flushed 240 feet at 3620 Rio Vista on 319. Clean catch basins out and flushed in corners of McManus and Rio Vista at 324. Had 1 burial to date. And our zoning inspector Norm Ashley is not here tonight, so we'll go right into new business. Resolution to approve the permanent appropriations for the fiscal year 2020. Copy is on file in the fiscal office. Motion, please.
Motion?
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Yoho.
Yes.
Mr. Anthony, yes. Resolution for the recommendation of Road Superintendent James P. Williamson to hire Robert A. Danko as the part-time cemetery caretaker and groundskeeper effective April 6, 2020 at a rate of $11 per hour. This position is seasonal and part-time with an approximate ending date of November 6, 2020.
Motion?
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Yoho.
Yes.
Mr. Anthony, yes. Resolution to hire Thomas A. Stevie as a Johnson Community Center groundskeeper effective April 1st, 2020 at a rate of $925 per month, pending proper documentation. This position is seasonal and part-time with an approximate ending date of November 15th, 2020.
Motion?
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Yoho.
Yes.
Mr. Anthony, yes. Resolution to declare property defective and give notice. Be it resolved that the structure is located on the following premises, being previously inspected and declared insecure, unsafe, and structurally defective by the Township Fire Department, hereby are ordered demolished and removed. Owner is Mark C. Buffwack. on both properties. Properties in question are 3921 Rio Vista and 3931 Rio Vista. Auditor's parcel ID number on the first one is 41-289-820. That's for 3921 Rio Vista. At 3931, auditor's parcel ID number is 41-119310. Be it further resolved that the notice of the board's intention to remove said structures be given in accordance with section 505.86B of the Ohio Revised Code. Need a motion, please?
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution authorizing the Trumbull County Engineers Office to advertise for bids for the 2020 OPWC project TH 849 6th Street widening and resurfacing project.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution to offer moral support for the Minor League Baseball Association Mahoning Valley Scrappers.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution to adopt a policy for removal of junk motor vehicles as outlined in ORC 505.871 and 505.173.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution effective January 1st, 2020 to accept a donation of all fire equipment previously purchased by the Warren Township Volunteer Fire Association.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution for the recommendation of Chief Randy Daniels to appoint Eric McKettick as a reserve firefighter with the Warren Township Fire Department as outlined in the paid on-call volunteer employment policy effective January 1st, 2020. Mr. McKettick was previously hired as a compensated on-call firefighter.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution for the recommendation of Chief Randy Daniels to hire Brian Schutz as an on-call firefighter with the Warren Township Fire Department to be compensated per call as outlined in the paid on-call / volunteer employment policy effective January 1st, 2020.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yo?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution for the recommendation of Chief Randy Daniels to hire Stephen Hall as a paramedic with the Warren Township EMS Department at a rate of $11.50 per hour effective April 11th, 2020, pending successful pre-employment background check, drug screen, physical, and completion of employment paperwork with the fiscal office.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yo?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution to approve removing the 2005 GMC Envoy, VIN number 1GKDT13S852109-589, Ohio Title 7706-775316 from the Police Department inventory after trade on a new vehicle or a sale of via government deals.
Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yo?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. Resolution to list brush truck number 48 and brush truck number 49 for sale on Gov Deals with a starting reserve bid of $15,000 for each truck.
Fair change.
Yeah, that's what you want, right, Randy?
Yeah, we can go, we can start with that one.
Motion?
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Yoho.
Yes.
Mr. Anthony, yes. There's no reason to go into executive session.
Did you?
Okay, at this time, we'd like to go into public participation and give the citizens of Ward Township an opportunity to go ahead and text in, and we'll be able to answer any questions that they may have. Sorry for any inconvenience here, but we have to adhere to the ruling of our governor of the state of Ohio. So we are offering you an opportunity in a public participation to go ahead, and if you have any questions, please do it now. Give us an opportunity to look at the question and then respond to it. So we will allow that starting right now.
There is a little delay.
Okay.
No.
Questions on how they join in? We have questions on how they join in. The one that says it doesn't work. Just to say, see anything. Are we sure we're up and running?
Yeah, I got about 45 people viewing.
The more attendance online than you do.
Is it on yours?
I didn't know.
Oh.
He's watching on his phone.
So somebody that's saying that and not doing it right to get it.
All right, first question I got is from Sandra Marie. Says, thank you for your service for our community. What can we do for the police department and fire department? Can we buy you lunch? Is a question that they were asking.
We appreciate the offer, but we're okay. If you guys get a question, if one of you.
Who am I speaking to? Our name is Sandra.
Sandra, I appreciate the offer, but we're okay. We just ask that you guys take care of yourselves in these trying times and do whatever it is that the governor asks you to do.
If they do want to donate, as far as any kind of, you don't want to donate any kind of things.
I'd rather not have to put them up here. You know what I mean? We're unsure of anything at this time, but if you have an emergency, please call 911. But we're not taking any donations from
Greg, we will try to need an address on that. You can ask her what her address is.
All right.
I just need her last name, and we could get her address. It's her parents. No.
No, that's why I was
I
curious.
just think I can't always.
So, you got it?
In here. Do you have something on your phone?
Yeah, Facebook on your phone.
I do, but I can't always pull it up.
Or if you don't have an iPhone. Sorry, Gay.
Sorry, gee. Be my last name.
Her last name was Rounds, R-O-U-N-D-S.
Benny, you got this done then? You did?
Yeah.
Here it was, 7:30, I believe.
All right, got a question from Trent Derry. I know there is a lot going on right now in the community / state, but is there any plans to fix / pave Melgren Drive Southwest?
Malvern,
Melgren.
Never off Palmyra.
right now, there is nothing that we're aware of that we have except for our regular patching over there, and in that way, hopefully, we can get by before before it gets too bad. But no, there is no present right now as far as any resurfacing or anything. It's just regular patching, cold patching.
Next question I have is from Lisa Potke Demsky. It says, the question is, city water sewers coming through anytime soon on the Meadowbrook area, Caleb Road, Turner Road?
Yeah, our meeting with them was canceled. I do know there is definitely money that in a project for lining up for septics. As far as for water, that's something that we're going to discuss in the meeting. That was canceled, so we really don't have any details on that until we meet with them. So that could be whenever this is able for us to schedule another meeting.
Greg, I have somebody asking for an explanation on how to message in on the meeting. Can we put something on there to explain to people how they could, public participation, how to get on the,
I'll do something real quick, see if this will work.
thank you.
The next question I have, there is a lot of activity at the old Bushwhackers Truth Lounge. Did they obtain a liquor license? That question is from Jeff Rusnak.
No,
We're definitely looking into it. But, yeah. We're looking into that right now. We have we got a hold of the agencies, so they're definitely looking into it.
there's been a lot of activity there ever since that they bought the establishment, or allegedly bought the establishment, and they have to, in order to get a liquor license there, we have to be notified, and we have not been notified at this point at all.
Next question is from Sandra from earlier. Being a small township, do we have all the protective gear for our first responders? And if not, will you be able to get that to stay safe?
Yes, all of the first responders for Warren Township do have a substantial amount of personal protective equipment, anything from sanitizing liquids to the gowns, masks, gloves. We do have plenty. The Trumbull County EMA office is open. We did receive a delivery from the national stockpile that was delivered to Columbus, and we did get a portion of that. I am not completely sure of what we have on hand there, but here for Warren Township, we have quite a bit of personal protective equipment for both us and the police department to last us for quite a while.
Thank you.
Next question I got is from DJ Bailey. Has there been any discussion on road repair or resurfacing of West Market?
Yes, that is on the agenda for Trumbull County to be resurfaced all the way from Route 5 down to Lover's Lane. And that is going to be done in the year of 2020. That was also part of the on the agenda that we had for the meeting that got canceled, but they've already reassured him that that is a project for 2020 and will be started in either the spring or early summer.
Got a question from Teresa Bragg Flowers. Any idea when water is coming down Templeton from Eagle Creek? I know it tees off at Braceville Robinson on the north side of Eagle Creek.
At this point, there's no plans for water to come down Templeton from the Blueprint to Prosperity line going through Braceville.
So far, that's all the questions I have.
We would like to work with our residents, to try to get water for everybody at some point, but it's just a very hard, the funding is the big factor that stops us on that every time.
We're giving another minute or two, and
The board wants to thank you, Greg, for setting this up for us,
Thanks, Greg.
and for your assistant. I guess you're his assistant.
he's did a lot, and some of the things with
Yeah.
him and Julie. Julie's another one that's did a lot for us.
Got a question from Kathy Loomis asking about when will sewers be placed on the Meadowbrook area?
Sewers?
Yes.
We have no idea exactly when that will start. The project's on the Trumbull County agenda, and the only paperwork that we've received is the plan that they have, and in that plan it says to be completed, if possible, by 2025. So starting date on that is yet to be determined.
Will it stay on Facebook now, Greg, or? Yeah.
All right. We want to thank everybody for responding. Again, we're sorry that you can't be here. You have to adhere to the rules, but thank you for your patience and thank you for responding. Hopefully we were able to help you some. At this time, we're going to close the public participation, and I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second?
Okay, roll call. Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony? Yes. All righty. Thank Thank you, Greg, very, very much.
Thank you. Thanks for everybody for watching.
Yes, Randy and Benny, thank you very much for coming. And like I said, that's